Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday Morning Floga with me, Goose. Let's get started on our mat. We are going to do some heart opening this morning. Couple of more advanced moves. If they're too advanced, just remember to stay in your own body. So let's come down onto our mats, child's pose. Knees out as wide as comfortable. Hips back and over the heels. Arms stretched out in front of you, and then take wide arms if you have some tight shoulders. Take a couple of breaths. Try to feel the length down, rounding through your tailbone. Relieve that pressure in your low sacrum. Find your breath. Let your body soften. Take a deep breath. Come onto your fingertips, lift your elbows. Stretch your arms out wide. Draw your shoulder blades down. Another deep breath in. Exhale, relax the arms back down. Walking the arms over to the left. Side body stretch, big opening space on the right side of the body. Deep breath in. And then walking over to the other side, come through the center. Walk over to the right. Big opening stretch on the left side of the body as you breathe into the left space. Come back to the center. Once again, come up onto fingertips and then draw the shoulder blades down the back. Lower belly pulled in. Feel the length through the arms. As you draw the shoulder blades back, really connecting your lats to your shoulders, to your arms. Feeling this one space in the body. Connecting all the dots. Let your heart melt down. And then relax the arms. Coming up to tabletop. Hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a few cat-cows here. Deep breath in, cow. Pull the shoulders back. Exhale, cat. And then bring the hands so the fingers are facing out. Same thing here, cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Just feel the difference in the shoulders and the chest. Exhale, cat. Now rotate so that the fingers are facing towards you. Deep breath in, cow. And exhale, cat. Back to neutral tabletop. 3 cat-cows here. Going at your own pace, your own breath. Really hollowing out the abdomen. Reaching for the sky as you do. Drawing the tailbone down below you and behind you. And then reaching the right leg out behind you and the left arm out in front of you. Palm can be facing down or to the side. And then dropping the outside of the right hip down, flexing the right leg. Pull the lower belly up and in. Length from left fingers to right heel. Core activated and engaged. On your next exhale, knee to elbow underneath you. Round your spine, pull it up and in. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Remember, pull it up and in, that cow and cat. Exhale, cat your spine, pull it up and in. 2 more. Last one, hold it all the way to the bottom. Other side. Right arm, left leg. Squeeze the inner thighs, scissor the legs. Exhale. Knee to elbow underneath you. 4 more. and back to tabletop. Sit back onto the heels, hands at the tops of your legs. Roll the shoulders backwards and forward. Remember, we're just letting things flow this morning. Shoulders warmed up. Interlace the fingers back behind you or grab opposite wrists. Lengthen the hands down the spine. Lift the gaze, lift the head up. Chin to the sky. Shoulders drawn back and down. Open the chest. One more inhale. And exhale, come down and through. Onto your mat, downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your dog out slowly here at first. Feeling the length in the back of your legs. And then come to stillness in downward facing dog. Let your spine lengthen. Feel the release in your vertebrae. Wrap the outside of the shoulders down. Tuck them in towards the body. Deep breath in. Exhale out. And again. Right leg sweeps up. Exhale, step it through. Find a twisted lunge, right arm lifts towards the ceiling. Draw the right hip back as you do and pull the lower belly up off of the leg. Another big breath here. And then as you exhale, rotate so that both toes are facing the right edge of your mat. So come into fallen warrior, drop the left hip down, right arm down. If you need to slide that front foot back just a little bit to make this more accessible and available in the body. So big side body stretch on the left side as you drop the left hip down. And then pressing the hips up, big stretch on the right side of the body now. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time when you come up, come back to the front lunge. So rotate facing the front of your mat. Left leg steps to the front, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up all the way, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause for a breath. And let it flow out. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen your heart. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back now. Twisted lunge, left arm towards the ceiling. Stacking your shoulders. Remember, pull the lower belly up and off the left leg. Exhale into fallen warrior. So both sets of toes face towards the left edge of the mat now. Drop the right hip down. Relax so that the left knee kind of pushes out, even if you come off the sole of your foot. Deep breath in, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift, opening the left side of the body. Exhale down. This time, come back to that lunge, facing the front of the room, and exhale, chaturanga. Step the left foot back and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pause here for a sway if you want. Little twist. And then exhale, downward dog. Going through it again. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Twisted lunge, right arm lifts. Exhale, fallen warrior, drop down. 2, come up. 1, come up. And over, back to the front. Inhale, step the left foot to the top of the mat. Lengthen your spine as you do, and exhale, forward fold. All the way up, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause for a breath. And again, just let it flow. Hands lift towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Bend at the knees, bend at the waist. Lift and lengthen halfway up, and then step the right foot back. Inhale, twisted lunge, left hand lifts. Exhale, fallen warrior. Coming up for 2. And 1. Back to that lunge, high plank and chaturanga. One more time through all the way, yogis. Right leg lifts. Step it through. Twisted lunge. Down to that fallen warrior. Lifting up. This one, come back to the front of the mat. Step the left foot up. And forward fold. Rise up. Pressing through the feet. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause for a breath. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Heart lifts halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale, twisted lunge. Exhale, fallen warrior. Lift up for 2. Last one, come up and over. Step the left leg back. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Come back into child's pose. Knees out as wide as comfortable. Just pausing for a few breaths here. Saying good morning to your breath and your body. Bring the arms back behind you. Find your heels. Feel the space across the collarbones, down the sides of the neck and the back of the neck. Feeling your breath once more. Lifting up slightly, threading the right arm underneath you. Let the weight come down onto your right shoulder. Relax your head and your neck. Feel a little twisting sensation. Push off the left hand and lift the left shoulder and chest up towards the ceiling up above you for just a little more twist if you want. Come back to the center. And other side. Thread the left arm through. Once more, lifting that right shoulder up further for a little more twist. Kind of give into the left side of the body. Lift the right side. And come back to the center. Downward facing dog. Take as much time as you need to get there. Left leg sweeps up nice and high. Breath in. Keep stretching it up. And then exhale, bring it underneath you, crossing it over to your right elbow, and then step it through fallen star. So rotate onto the right sole of your foot. Open the hips up. Again, I said heart openers, so really let your chest open. Right hand places it back down. Three-legged dog again. Exhale, stack the left hip over the right here. Bend the knee. If you want, flip it over for wild thing. Come back to three-legged dog. Step it through. Find low lunge, so come down onto the right knee here. Hands to the sky. Exhale, dropping the left hand down, either finding the back of your right thigh or bend the elbow. Try and find the right hip. And then stretch your right arm up and over. Try to settle the hips down and forward squarely. Exhale, come down to the low lunge. Lift the right knee, deep breath in, hands to the sky, crescent. Exhale, corkscrew to the left. Draw the lower belly in. Sit nice and tall, pull the left hip back, push the outside of the right hip forward. Left knee stacked over the left ankle. And back to crescent. Exhale, come back to the back leg, Skandasana. So right knee's gonna bend, shift the hips back towards the back edge of your mat. Skandasana here. If you need to sit on a pillow, try to drop your hips and your tailbone down and engage your core. Pull your pelvis kind of up in front of you so that you lift your heart up. And then open that left hip. So notice my toes are facing the ceiling. You can bring your hands to heart. You can bring them out in front of you to help for that balance. If you want to reach, I love a big, huge heart opener again here in Skandasana. My right shoulder's keeping my right knee open. Left hand reaches for the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, come back to the front. Low lunge once more. Bring the left leg back. Exhale, downward dog. Go ahead and walk it out. We'll visit the other side. Right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it underneath you to the left elbow, and then all the way through fallen star. Big deep breath in. Exhale, left hand down. Three-legged dog. And then stacking. So if you stack and you notice that your shoulder starts to come up, bring your shoulders back down, stay even. Otherwise, flip it for wild thing. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Find your low lunge, so left knee comes down, hands to the sky. Exhale, drop your right hand, again, to the back of the thigh, or even bend your elbow and bring it along the small of your back. Let your hips shift down and forward. As you keep lifting through the shoulders and the chest, maybe even bring the gaze up and back. Exhale, bring your hands down to your mat, curl the toes underneath you in the left leg, rise up for crescent. Remember to tilt the top of your hips, so if you need to soften your back knee, and then press through. Exhale, corkscrew to the right. So draw the right hip back, push the outside of the left hip forward, squeezing and scissoring the inner thighs. Sitting tall from your pelvis, tailbone, all the way up to the skull. So that spine nice and tall. Back to crescent, deep breath in. And then Skandasana, left leg's gonna bend now. So you'll see Skandasana from the other side. Left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Right arm up. Right toes are towards the ceiling. And coming back to the front of the mat. Right leg back. High plank, chaturanga if you like, or just press back to downward facing dog. Big, deep Ujjayi breath in. Exhale out. We'll go through it again. Left leg lifts. Exhale, cross it underneath you. Fallen star. Breath to movement. Exhale. Let things just flow. Three-legged dog. Exhale, stack it or flip it. Take one breath in. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge, baby crescent. Exhale, left hand drops. Reach the right arm up. Exhale, hands down. Flip the right toes underneath you. Crescent lunge all the way up. Exhale, corkscrew to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, Skandasana to the right. Open up for a breath in whichever posture you want, and then come back to the front of the mat. High plank to downward dog or chaturanga if you like. Other side, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Fallen star. Three-legged dog. Stack it or flip it. Big breath in. Release tension off the chest. Big heart opener. Exhale, step it through. Find your low lunge. hands to the sky. And exhale, right arm drops. Reach for one breath. Extend through the hips. And then find your crescent lunge. Exhale, corkscrew to the right. Don't forget to smile. Back to crescent. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. Left knee bends. Keep your right hip open, right toes to the ceiling. Big inhale here, exhale. Back to the front of the mat. High plank, chaturanga, or just downward facing dog. Big Ujjayi breath in. Long, slow breath out. 3 more just like that. 2 more. Last one. Inhale into high plank and come down onto your forearms. Low plank. So hip tilts here for a little core activation. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs. Solid body here, but we're gonna tilt the top of our hips up, tailbone up, and top of the hips down. And then exhale, squeeze and reverse it. So tailbone drawn down and the hips drawn in. Then relax. So really squeezing your core. Relax it here, squeeze it in. Relax it here, squeeze it in. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee taps, right, left, right, left. Keep your lower abdomen tucked and piked in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the body down all the way and come into Sphinx. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Relax your legs. Draw some space across the front of the chest. Push it through by drawing your shoulder blades together behind you. Exhale, slowly roll yourself down. Go post your arms. Take your gaze to one side. Go ahead and bend the knees. Windshield wiper the legs back and forth. And then relax it down. And just give yourself a few breaths here. It's a beautiful morning. We're doing yoga. Trying to relieve as much stress as we can and anxiety. It's so important for the body to move and let the breath move throughout the body. Just that right there increases circulation, increases fluid flow, it makes energy move. So just breathing and moving with more than just walking around your house, but actually like putting intention in your breath and being aware of it increases that stress relieving so much more than say if you just walked around your house, wasn't really paying attention to your breath or your movements. Go ahead and switch your gaze to the other side. So just actively breathing. So we all know what active listening is. So active breathing for you is like active listening to your own body. We're gonna press back up, this time into seal. So hands out to the corner edges of your mat. Come up as high as you can. If you can only come up to the elbows, that's okay, but really open up across the chest. Again, I said heart openers. Big breath in, we're building up into bow. If you want to walk your hands back a little bit more. grabbing your right foot, pull it down, get a nice half frog, quad stretch. And then the same with the left leg. Keep your knee lengthening back behind you, straight down behind you. So use your adductors, your inner thighs to keep squeezing them together. And release here. So locust pose here first. Interlace your fingers back behind you if you can, or just grab opposite elbow, wrists. If you want to just lengthen your arm back behind you, that's okay too. So I will interlace my fingers and do it. Bring your forehead to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out all the way. Soften, soften, soften. And then inhale. Lift the chest. Back up behind you if you want to lift the legs up above the knees as well. And then bring your gaze out in front of you. Keep your spine long, so especially your C-spine. And just keep drawing your hands back behind you, trying to lift your chest a little more. Engage your core. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more. Exhale, relax. Bend the knees. Rock and roll, windshield wiper the legs. Okay, bow pose if you have it. If you don't have bow pose, you can use a strap to connect to your legs, your feet, or do what we just did right there, locust. So bow pose, grabbing the back of your feet. Now some like to grab the outside of their feet. Others like to grab the inside. I like the outside personally. It gives me the ability to keep my legs drawn down behind me. So I don't squeeze my sacrum too much to where I put a lot of pressure in my sacrum, but it's enough to keep my legs straight back behind me and not wide out open. Again, bring your forehead to your mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then on your next inhale, press the feet back into your hands to lift the chest up. Bring your gaze out in front of you. Keep your spine long. And then you can walk your hands down your leg if you'd like. And again, keep squeezing the knees slightly together. Keep lifting and pushing your legs back behind you. And exhale down. Relax. Your breath. Inhale and exhale. So left arm lengthens out. Broken wing rolling onto the left hip. Relax your head down. So this top knee, you can open it up like a clam, but just be mindful that that does increase the intensity of the stretch. Try to relax your neck. Feel it lengthen as your shoulders release down. Slow your breath. Let your body be still as much as you can, and your mind just focused on your breath and your body. And come back down onto your stomach, switching it out, right arm, and roll onto your right hip. Last breath here. And exhale, rolling onto your stomach. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes underneath you. Come through the knees if you need to. Otherwise, just give yourself a nice push up into a high plank. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Back behind you, high plank. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. High plank. 2 more each side. Exhale, bring your knee as high as you can. Left side. 1 more each side. high plank, and downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal it out. Big inhale here. Exhale, feet to hands, top of the mat. Lift the heart halfway, breath in. Exhale, fold down, grab opposite elbows, ragdoll. Heart lifts halfway, breath in. And exhale out. Rise up, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Stand nice and tall, plant into your roots. So hands lift up on an inhale, and then exhale, sit down into chair pose. So pulling the lower belly in, rounding your tailbone down. You can make your shoulders out as wide as you can. Little burner here this morning. Deep breath in. We're gonna do a square. Step to the left, right to the left. Step back with the left, back with the right. Step over to the right, forward with the right, and then back the other way. Step back with the right, over with the left, stay in chair, forward with the left, over to the right, back the other way, over to the left, back with the left, to the right with the right, forward with the right, back with the right, stay in chair, over to the left, forward with the left, over to the right. One more time all the way through. Over to the left, back with the left. Stay down in that squat, into your chair, over to the right, forward with the right, back with the right, to the left, forward with the left, over to the right. Deep breath in, high mountain. Exhale, sit back down into chair again. Big breath here. Remember, pull that lower belly in. Sit tall. Sit low, low, low. Get low, low, low. High mountain again. Sit down into chair. This time twist to the left. Hips low. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press into the outer edges of your heels. High mountain. Back down into chair, twist to the right. Squeeze your glutes. High mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Oh, I know everybody's glad I didn't say chair again. Top of your mat, come down into a nice frog squat. Toes out. Knees out. Hands to heart, elbows into the inside of your knees. Give them a little sway back and forth. Sitting tall through your spine. Hands placed down. Hips up. So let's visit crow again. We visited crow last week. Let's revisit it again. The only way we get good at things is by practicing. So hands down onto the mat. If you have a block, pillows that you want to put out in front of your head, that's usually the biggest fear for people, is falling forward onto their head. If there's something else you want to work on, maybe shoulder stance or headstand, just get your body upside down for a few breaths. So for crow, notice that I stay bendy in my knuckles so that if I need to allow my body to kind of move around in that weight distribution, I'm lengthened all the way through my fingertips, but my knuckles can move and bend with it, sort of like the branches on a tree. And then I like to bring my toes just behind my wrists because I come up onto my toes and bend my elbows into the back of my arms. And once you get the core strength and get crow, that's the best way to do this posture because you keep everything super tight. So then I just rock forward, and it can be a couple times, Just rocking forward, feeling it. Increase the core strength by squeezing it up and in. Pull, 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 and then start to pull your heels up one at a time. See how that feels. Again, I'm lengthened all the way through my fingers, trying to lift my tailbone up above my shoulders till I'm ready to go. Lifting both feet. Pull the belly up and in, scooping it out. Take a chaturanga and exhale, downward dog. Sweep the right leg up, nice and high, breath in. Exhale, step it through. Warrior one, back heel lands. We'll just do a little warrior dance here. Exhale to warrior two. Back hip opens, external rotation. Front knee stacked and tracking. Reverse your warrior breath in. Exhale, take it down to your mat. Step it back to downward dog. Left leg lifts. Step it through. Warrior one. And exhale, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, take it down. One more time, both sides. Add a chaturanga in there if you'd like. Right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it underneath you, step it through. Warrior one. Back heel lands at an angle. Exhale, warrior two. Open up your back hip. Reverse. And exhale, take it down. Again, add a chaturanga if you like. Last side, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring it underneath you. Step it through. Warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Reverse. And exhale, downward dog. Right leg sweeps up. Exhale, half pigeon on the right side. Right knee to right wrist. Lengthen back through your back leg. If you want to come down onto your right hip, just make sure you bend your left knee slightly. Otherwise, stay up off the right hip, more down into the front of the left hip. Lower down here. Sleeping pigeon if you'd like. A few breaths again, really let the body soften, as well as your mind. Feel that big open space around your heart. Big deep breaths into the lungs. Energy flowing. Last breath here. Exhale, sitting up. We're going to bend the back leg for just another level or layer to this pose. So bending the back leg, reaching your right arm back. Get a twisted here first. And then come back the other side. Left arm, so big opener here. Pull that left leg as tight as it'll go. Sitting up nice and tall. Feel that big quad stretch on the left leg here. And releasing that left leg. Sitting back onto both hips now. So now your legs should look like this as you sit back onto both hips. Deep breath in. We're gonna pull the left hip back, and as we do, twist back to the left. Looking over the left shoulder. Another breath in, and exhale out. Come back to the center, tabletop, and then back to downward facing dog. We'll visit the other side. Left leg lifts, deep breath in, and exhale, bring it through, half pigeon. Release back through your right leg. Lower the heart down, the head down. Remember to keep your spine long and straight, lengthened out, not rounded here. Nice and long, strong. Come down as low as you would like, as low as your body will allow. Trying to just breathe out anything caught up inside. Letting things flow in and out with your breath. Letting movement help create this fluid breath, fluid flow of energy. Slowly come back up. And same thing here. First we'll do the twist. So bending the back knee, left hand back to catch it here first. And then come out of it other way. Right arm back to the right foot. Sitting up nice and tall, open across the chest and the shoulders. And release it out. Come back onto both hips once more. Both knees bent towards the left. Big deep breath in as you sit squarely on your hips. Pull back through the right hip, and as you do, find your twist. Coming back to the center. And staying on your sit bones, legs straight out in front of you now. Give them a rock and roll and a shake. Big breath in, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, but caterpillar this time. So rounded in your spine here instead of lengthening out. If you feel like you want to be more long here, absolutely reach the heart out. Otherwise, we're going to kind of tuck the heart in and open up the shoulders and the space behind our heart. Draw the lower abdomen in as you breathe here. Maybe even bring your hands, interlace the fingers on the back of the head. Put a little weight on it. And release, slowly sitting up. Soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Butterfly posture. Flapping your wings here. And then reaching the heart forward as you fold down. Last breath in. Exhale out all the way. Sitting back up. Knees together. Walking your sit bones down. And slowly rolling onto your back. Pulling the lower abdomen in so your spine's nice and flat on the mat. A little rock back and forth side to side of the knees. Until you're ready to stay on one side. Let one hip lift slightly. Bit of a twist. If you want more, you're also welcome to cross that leg all the way over. Bring the ankle on top of the knee. Draw both shoulders back down onto the mat. Open the chest up really big towards the ceiling. Breathe into the center of your chest, so that sternum, really let it open up and rise. And come back to the center and over to the other side. If you want to rock here first, until you're ready to find it, and then dropping down. Again, doing whatever you need to do to make this as deep as you'd like it to be this morning. And slowly come out when you're ready. So bridge this morning, or wheel if that's in your practice. So we'll visit bridge first, and then we can visit wheel. If you already know wheels in your practice, take it away. Otherwise, bring the soles of your feet as close to your sit bones as possible. Open the chest up, pull the shoulder blades underneath you, lift the hips up. From here, you can interlace your fingers and walk your shoulders underneath your body, really opening up your chest. So stay here for bridge. If you've never done wheel, it's a back bend, big heart opener. So same thing here, trying to keep your feet as close to your sit bones as possible, and then in line with your hips, and hands just get tucked back up by your ears and your shoulders, palms down, fingers facing towards your feet. Deep breath in, exhale out, and then pressing all the way up through your hands. Walk up onto your toes if you'd like. Everybody take 3 more breaths wherever you're at. Last breath in. And slowly lower yourself down. Nice and gentle, roll your spine down your mat, and then tuck your knees into your chest. Rock and roll, lumbar spine, massage. And then finding happy baby. Really constricting the back of your throat for that vagus breath. Helps calm the body. And then legs up and together above you. Really helping to calm a parasympathetic flow of the body, nervous system. Lower the legs down when you're ready. Find a nice comfortable position on your mat. Draw some space across your chest. Feel your body really connect to your mat. Let yourself connect to your breath as it moves to just turn everything down in the body. Until you're ready to let go of your breath and your thoughts and find Shavasana. So staying here a little bit longer if you'd like. Choosing how long you need to be in that Shavasana space. a complete restorative place in the body and the mind and the heart. And if you're ready, just slowly awakening back up. Small movements at first, and then let them become bigger as your breath gets bigger. Roll the wrists and the ankles, bending of the knees, windshield wipering of the legs, maybe some knee circles. And then rolling onto your favorite side before coming up to a seated posture. Taking your time to get there. Bringing your hands in front of your heart together, palms touching, thumbs connecting to the beat of your heart. Finding gratitude each and every day, most of all for yourself. Gratitude for a new day, a new opportunity, growth, and connection. Connection with yourself first. All the love and light in me. Season honors the love and light in all of you. Bowing forward together, we say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me once more, and I will talk to you guys soon.